Hello and welcome to Check Out This Guy. My name's Izzy, and you know what? Not a fan of coffee. My pronouns, that's what they're called, are they, she, he.
Not a fan of coffee? Hello, I'm Katra. I live, breathe, and sleep coffee. It's like 50% of my personality. If I don't have coffee, I have a headache. And my pronouns are they, he, she.
And hi, my name is Joe, and I also live and breathe coffee, to the point where I have at least 5 different ways of making it. And my pronouns are he, him, they. It's nice to meet you guys.
Hello.
Hey, nice for you to come.
Guest episode.
Yeah. What are you going to talk about today?
Well, so I recently wrote and published a book, and
Oh, yeah?
I have, and have.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's very weird. I will say it's very weird to be. I'm actually holding a copy now because I got myself some copies and copies to give away. And it's very weird to be holding on to an actual factual book with actual words in it that I wrote with my name on it. And it's neat, but weird.
I love neat, but weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually got started in Tumblr. So around COVID, I got back into Tumblr after not using it for years and years and years. And discovered the, humans are blank hashtags. Humans are space orcs, humans are weird, humans are space Australians, all that kind of stuff. The science fiction that talks about how the things that make us unique might be seen as weird to aliens. And I started writing that kind of stuff because it was stuff I thought was super neat, super interesting. And then eventually I started posting serial stories, stories a chapter at a time on Tumblr. And this one here, the book that I actually just published called Just a Little Further, started off as a Tumblr story. It was actually completely run. I did it all on Tumblr. I published it. I actually did it 1 chapter a day, every day until it was done.
A chapter a day.
That's so much.
People who self-publish have such unrealistic deadlines for themselves.
It was about 1,500 to 2,000 word chapters, and I wrote one every single day, and I published it that day because I did not know what I was doing, and I figured that's what people did.
I used to write poetry, and I had the same idea. I posted a poem a week because I thought that's what people do. They write a poem, they post it.
Yeah, and it got good. People liked it. I mean, it caused me to gain quite a few followers on Tumblr, and I got a lot of engagement, and people liked it, and I liked it. I mean, the part of the reason I was able to keep writing, I have ADHD, and as a result of that, it's very easy for me to start things, but it's very hard for me to stop things. And so, or rather, I got that backwards. It's very easy for me to stop things. It's hard for me to start things. There you go. I got it right.
I was about to say that's not my experience.
Yeah, I had it reversed. But the engagement, to use an internet douche word, means that it was able to fuel me to keep going. When I would post a chapter and I would get a bunch of likes and people would go, "Hey, I really like this," or, "Oh, it's so cool to see this character doing this." It fueled me. It made me go, "Oh, neat. I can keep doing this. I could write another chapter. That's fine." So I did. And then eventually the book was done. I completed the story, and then I learned about editing. And instead of doing that, I wrote another book.
Amazing. Beautiful sentence.
Yes.
And after that book actually got away from me. And I got it about 80 chapters, which is about twice as long as this book, before I went, uh-oh. I don't know what I'm doing. And so at that point, I stopped it. And I posted a thing saying, "Hey, I'm really sorry. This got away from me. I stopped it." And it was around then that I moved from posting on Tumblr all the time to posting on Reddit as well as Tumblr. So I moved over to it's RHFY, which is just Humanity F Yeah.
You're a brave man for posting on Reddit.
Yeah.
I actually got better traction on Reddit than I ever did on Tumblr.
The Tumblr people don't know how to do engagement. That is true.
No.
And I hate to be that guy, to be like, "Oh, I'm doing it for the engagement." But it works. When I could tell that people read the thing that I wrote and that they liked the thing that I wrote, And then they post about the thing that I wrote, and I get the, oh, I'm so glad people like it.
No, that is actually super valid. That's why I try to put nice things in the tags of the things that I reblog and leave comments on the stories that I write, because how else are they going to know that it was loved and keep writing and giving me the good stuff?
Right.
You are wonderful then, Katja.
Doesn't always work. Sometimes I get too embarrassed, especially when it's like a very different genre than I usually read. But I do try. I think it's important. Leave nice comments.
I always remember just don't read the comments, so I never make any.
So I know that, but it's also my audience is small enough that I do it. I read the comments. But the other reason I read the comments is that when people are assholes in my comments, I block them. Because on Reddit, when you block somebody, they lose access to all of your posts. Which means if you're an asshole in my story, you don't get to finish it.
Yeah, you've shown me a couple of those. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
You're so right for doing that.
I am concerned with how good it feels.
You're waking up every day like, oh, I hope it's not a hateful comment I can block.
Yeah, yes. It's like, oh, you're an asshole. Blocked. But yeah, so I posted on Reddit. I started off this book on Reddit just a little further, and it was before I had a handle on how to post on Reddit. Reddit is not really conducive to long form posting. The fields that you fill out are way more complicated than Tumblr, which is an odd thing to say. But Tumblr is way easier to publish on. And so I gave up, actually, on just a little further on Reddit after about halfway through it. And I was like, you know what? It's all on Tumblr. Hey, everybody here who's reading it, I'm so glad you like it. Go finish it on Tumblr. This is terrible, and I hate doing it. And after that, about 2 or 3 months later, I was like, I kind of miss posting stories. All right, whatever. And so I started a third book. This one was only on Reddit. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the fourth book was only on Reddit. The third book I did concurrently, Reddit and Tumblr, which was a terrible idea, and I'm never doing it again because I had to do everything twice. And it would always wind up that I would post one, and then I would copy and paste it to post the next, and I would go, I spelled that wrong. I should rework that. And then so the versions between Tumblr and Reddit would be very slightly different. But it was, that was, what was that one? That was Between the Black and Gray, which is one of my favorites. That's the one that when I had to go back and get some information from it, I wound up reading it again. It was just like, I got to jump to this chapter and see, what did they call that thing? What did they call that thing? Oh, there it is. Oh, hey, wait. Oh, this is good. This is good. And then an hour went by and I was like, oh, wait, I'm 10 chapters in. But yeah, that's it. I like to write old school science fiction, like the sci-fi from the 60s and 70s, the swords, laser swords and laser guns and, prepare for the jump to light speed type stuff, but without the misogyny and without the problematic ideas that a lot of old school sci-fi authors had. Please don't get me started.
Aww.
I know. Please don't get me started on Robert Heinlein. I enjoyed early Robert Heinlein very much, and I don't like to talk about late Robert Heinlein because he got very weird.
The amount of times I talk about sci-fi and I use the sentence, it was progressive for its time.
Yeah.
They sort of understood that women were people, and that was more than we could ask for, really, in early sci-fi.
Yeah.
My main characters are mostly women because I like to write women. And they also tend to be queer because I like to write queer. And I also have lots of AI, so like artificial intelligence, but not like the blown over autocomplete that we have now, like actual people who are computer people. And I tend to write in a shared universe, and in that shared universe, most of my stories take place about like between 3,000 and 5,000 years in the future from our present time, which means I can be far enough removed that I don't have to worry about any current events, but close enough that people could read a history book and learn about it if they wanted to, or if I wanted to get on a soapbox for something. So there actually is a big amount of notes and things I have about the AI rights movement that happened way in the past for most of my books. I just, I'll allude to it, but won't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of rundown, like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I latched on to this, because I was like, same brain, enjoying the same things.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Izzy just told me it was lesbians in space, and I always click like on that, and that's why I read it.
It absolutely is. All right, so Izzy, the thing I always ask is, did you have a favorite character, and why was it Helen Raiden?
It was not. My favorite character was Sound of the City.
Oh, you like City. City was so cool. I liked her too.
Yeah. Just a little cutie.
I like TAI. I'm so bad at names. You will have to remind me of everyone's name. I'm so sorry about that.
It's fine.
The books I read always have a very handy summary at the end with all the names in them. It was the AI that pretended to be super chill about things, but was actually like taking note.
Oh, it's Gord.
Yeah.
Gord's a recurring character. Gord's actually in all of the books in this universe because he's the first AI, and he doesn't like to let people know that. But he's the first AI and has been around the entire time, and I use him as a way to tie the stories together.
Yeah, I just all the interactions with him had me going like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Yeah, I enjoy him because I have a bunch of Canadian friends, and so I went out of my way to make Gord the most Canadian person I could.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Maybe that's why I like him so much.
Yeah, there's actually one short that I have posted only on Tumblr where I describe him walking down a hall whistling a tune that nobody would remember, and what he was whistling was the tune to Hockey Night in Canada, the TV show.
What a legend. What an icon.
Yeah. But to bury the lead a little bit, my favorite character was Helen Raiden.
No, you don't say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, I couldn't
understandable.
Tell. Yeah, she was a secondary character in a book that I wrote before this that was only published to Tumblr, and I never put anywhere because it wasn't very good. And I liked it, though, but I was trying out multiple POVs, and it got very messy. I kept the POVs to one per chapter, but it was still basically, it looked like I had superglued two stories together, which I kind of have. And I took that book apart anyway and turned part of it into the book that I'm editing now, which I also posted on Reddit. So I can't really even reuse it. But Helen was originally from that. And she's from Venus, which is I made as like the space fascists. So the Venusian Empire is space fascists with a side of like Holy Roman Empire. And Helen got where she is basically by being a hard ass and not taking any shit from anybody. So in the original story, she got to be commander of the ship by killing the captain because the captain made the captain was being an idiot. He allowed people to the good guys blew up the bad guys and told the captain that, oh yeah, your guys must have done it because they're idiots. And he was like, oh yeah, they are idiots. I guess that might have happened. And then Helen's like, no, they did it. You're stupid for believing him. Bang, bang, now I'm in charge.
I did not expect to like Helen, actually, in the beginning.
Yeah. Same, and Helen became very likable.
Yeah, she grows on you.
She actually became too likable. And so in the next book, she's in the next book. And did either of you read Dreams of Hyacinth? I think I sent it.
Just a little further.
Okay.
I only got the first book, and then I was like, I really enjoyed it. I should actually shell out to buy the next one.
Well, I mean, the Dreams of Hyacinth is almost ready to publish. It's not ready to publish yet, but Helen plays a big role in that, and she's back to being someone you don't like.
Yeah. I love hating people.
Yes.
That's not a joke, actually. I genuinely love a character that is hateable.
When I decided to make Helen someone that you actually got to turn around on, when she appeared to go with Melody and she was wearing her sweats that had the Reagantown Gippers on them as the lacrosse team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, this is a reference that people my age or older are the only ones who are going to get, and I love it. Also, the fact that I grew up in New England and everybody played lacrosse. And I didn't learn until much later that that is a very New England thing to do, and that most people in the rest of the country or the world even don't play lacrosse.
I only know lacrosse from watching Teen Wolf. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I know of it. I don't know how I know of it.
It looks like kill the man with the ball with sticks. But the sticks have a net on the end. So everybody likes Melody, the main character, Melody Mullen. And yes, I went with an alliterative name so I could remember her name.
Fair enough. I do feel like Melody is cheating and being likable. That is...
Yes.
She is cheating hardcore on that.
Well, yeah, she could also just tell everybody that you like me now.
Yes.
Originally, I was thinking of making this more of a YA book. So you can tell that in the beginning chapters. It's a lot more, oh, look at this new stuff that's going on. Oh, this is new and exciting. Oh, this is neat. Oh, look at this. And I actually, in the edit, aged up Melody because I was like, you know what? Somebody that's young for a YA book wouldn't actually be a commissioned officer. And I want her to be a commissioned officer. So I need to make her older. And then making her older, I was like, okay, well then it's not going to be a YA book because they have big, like romance, YA has rules. And so I was like, all right, fine. I'll make it a regular one, which also means that I can dump a little bit of the twee.
The what?
Twee, Twee, like making things cutesy or
kitsch. I've never heard that.
Yeah, so that I noticed that probably around chapter 10. So I think around then is where you can say it's like, oh yeah, okay, things are mellowing out a little bit. I mean, I wrote it without an outline. I just wrote it. Everybody thinks that's weird sometimes.
No, I get that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone would use an outline. My brain does not work that way.
No, I mean, it's what I have tried to outline, and every time I try, my brain goes, oh, we've done our job. We've written our book. Nice work. All right, here's some good chemicals. Now we don't have to think about this anymore.
I have the same problem with the fanfics that I write.
And I'm like, but I didn't actually write it.
I have so many outlines on my laptop that I'm just like, done. I'm done. I wrote what I wanted, and now it's happening in my head. And no words will ever touch paper again.
Exactly. So I tend not to do that. I'll just write it, which also makes it one of the nice things about doing that for a serialized format, i.e. posting a chapter every day or every couple of days, is that leaves lots of room for the characters to do stuff. So like I'll have a broad outline of what my characters are, what they do. And then in the writing, I'll let them tell me what's going on. And that means that, at least in serialized fiction, there's a lot of room to, stretch things out if you need to. It's like, well, it's 3:00 in the afternoon and I got to post in a couple hours and I only have 1,000 words and I usually make my chapters 2,000 words. What is this person going to do today? Oh, I know. She can go ride a train. And then write a chapter and a half about riding a train.
They do ride a train.
Yeah, they
do.
That was when I did it.
Do you get a lot of problems that you, write yourself into a plot hole? Because that's what happens when I try to write. Because I don't do outlines either. I just get stuck because I've got so many things that I'm trying to juggle, and then it becomes too much to try and remember it all, and I just quit.
Yeah. So I write in Scrivener, and I recommend it, even though it is complicated, because Scrivener has a thing on the right-hand side, which one section called synopsis and one section called notes. And in the notes, I will say, I'll say, I'll put the names basically. And I'll be like, this person, this person, and this person is in it, so that I can jump back and say, oh yeah, they were doing that. And the synopsis I will do. So have you ever heard of the but therefore method?
No.
Yes.
All right. So it's a thing from Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and they did a speech about it. And they use it for propulsiveness, for motion inside their plots. And the way they use it is something happens, but something else happens. Therefore, they do this thing to help with that. And learning that unlocked in my head a lot of ways to get out of writing yourself into a corner.
Huh, that is a cool one.
Right, because a lot of people will be like, this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. But if you put it as but therefore, you can say this happens, but because of that, this happened. Therefore, they do this. And then that ties it back all together.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool. That's such a neat trick.
And to answer your original question, yes, the second book, Dreams of Hyacinth, I completely wrote myself into a corner and gave up the book and then picked it up again a few years later and rewrote it completely. And that's the one that I've edited and published on Reddit and I'm going to put out. I actually put it on Royal Road too. The Royal Road, though, it's weird. Have either of you read on Royal Road before?
No.
No, I have not.
So Royal Road is a serialized fiction website, kind of like web novel, kind of like the people use Reddit or AO3 and things like that. Their specialty is serialized fiction, so chapter at a time. But they also are basically the place where literary RPG was invented. Those ones that, have you ever read Dungeon Crawler Carl? Those type of books where there's a system and the main character follows the system. And sometimes it's even so far as in the book, the main character will get, levels up and upgrades and new spells and things like that. It's like video game the book or like writing out somebody's TTRPG campaign. And Royal Road is most of the stories on Royal Road are like that. I don't care for it, but I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. If they like it, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But I published just a little further there because I needed a place to do it, and it actually it did really well. It was considered an off-meta story, but as all the people who are big in the Royal Road are quick to point out, off-meta does very good there too. And it did well, it did fine. And I posted the Dreams of Hyacinth there, and it did terrible.
Oh no!
We're like, oh yeah, no, it bombed. But it's fine. I like it, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't do well on one place, but it did well on another because I wrote it. I like it. I'll publish it. Doesn't matter. The books I have just a little further published on Kindle, and it's not a barn burner by any stretch, but I get like $20 a month out of it, and that's more than
nice.
That's more than happy for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than I get for my writing. So you're doing better than me.
That's how I read it.
Yeah, and I have, like I said, it's whenever I finish a book and I come up upon time to edit, I get stressed out about editing and write another book. So I think...
the procrastinating trick. I know this one.
Yes, exactly. So the what I'm calling is the Nanite trilogy, which is basically because the only main character between the three books is the nanotech magic called the nanites. And it's just a little further, Dreams of Hyacinth, and Between the Black and Gray. And in it, the thing that ties the three together is how the main character reacts and what the main character does with the nanites. Like Melody tries to work with them to figure things out. Nick, who is Nick's partner, Eastern, who is the one that gets the nanites in Dreams of Hyacinth, tries to run away from it. And then Fenn, who gets the nanites in Between the Black and Gray, tries to get rid of them. So it comes, basically how they see it and what they try and do about it.
Well, that is pretty cool. So I did think Melody was very, chill.
Yes, Melody, by design, Melody was entirely too chill with the power that she got.
Oh, absolutely.
It's to the point where somebody on, it was somebody on Royal Road commented, they said, from any other point of view, this is a horror story.
I had that thought as well.
It absolutely is.
Melody is being changed in ways she cannot even comprehend, and every single time she's like, this might as well happen.
Yeah, it's like, I can give orders that can't be disobeyed? Pretty cool.
I'll try not to abuse it.
Yeah.
God. It did work for the story, though. Like, Melody was definitely the correct character for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I gave Melody as a modulating feature was, for one, her girlfriend Ava, who was like, maybe you shouldn't do that. But also for the fact that her empire was busted. It was completely destroyed down to one space station that was a giant jankety space station with the last vestiges of a bunch of aliens on it. And then it was like, okay, yeah, so you're the empress of the entire galaxy, but there's nobody here. It's just you in this station.
Yeah, that was pretty cool as well. I was like, oh god, it's gonna be so much. And then I'm like, oh. Huh. That's it's kind of a rotten deal you got there, but also probably the best case scenario.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That might be me being afraid of responsibility.
Oh, yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is that, like, another commenter pointed out, it's like, so do the Marians and the Avians live anywhere else? I was like, nope, they only live on the space station. So that's the only place that their entire species live. I said, and the Falmor, those guys in the spacesuits, this is the only place they live and the only place they exist. And he's like, oh, that kind of sucks for them.
That does make sense given what happens in the backstory.
Mm-hmm. They're in a bit of a bottleneck, aren't they? They should get along better, because they are in a bottleneck, actually.
Yeah, but that's the perfect place for people not to get along.
Oh, that is so true, unfortunately. It makes for a good story, though.
Yes. Also,
cool aliens. I hadn't said that yet. Very cool aliens. Loved imagining them.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. The one that was most inspired for me was the Falmor, the guys that grew up on a different atmosphere, and so they were living in spacesuits all the time. Mm-hmm. And it came to me to have the idea that they would, instead of having facial expressions, would do gestures, because you'd be in a suit and nobody could see your face, and they would have to work around that with how they communicate. So a lot of things that would be for facial expressions for us, like a smile or a frown or a raised eyebrow, would be a gesture, or like a subtle way they move their shoulder or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the kind of world building I love, because it's those little things that make it like feel more real. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's weird to say about a sci-fi, but you get it.
No, I get it. Let's see. I can talk about the publishing process if either of you have something that's ready to go, let you know what I went through to get it.
That does sound interesting. I would like to do it one day, but I'm nowhere near to the point of having stuff written.
Right. So what I did is I used KDP. So it's Kindle Direct Publishing, and I don't like Amazon and I don't like Bezos, but KDP does have the largest market of ebooks, and it also has the largest discoverability, which means that people who don't have an audience can get one there through the tags and through buying an ad and things like that. Plus, it's also very easy. I mean, it literally, I think the process from beginning to published was 25 minutes. It was literally go to kdp.amazon.com, log in, upload your manuscript, they scan it, and they go, oh, hey, you have some, formatting errors there. Like, for example, originally, Melody, when she would give an order, would use the Zalgo text. And the Zalgo text worked really well on Tumblr, and it worked really well on Reddit, and I really liked the vibe it gave. But Amazon's like, no, you are not publishing that. You are not printing that.
Oh, well, damn, Amazon.
Yeah, so I switched it out for small caps, like Death in the, the Discworld books. I was like, that's fine.
A good example to follow, all in all.
So that fixed that. And then it was upload the manuscript, pick out a cover. I use getcovers.com. They're a Ukrainian company, and they're the farm team for another cover company, which charges a lot. This is where their learner people go. So my cover was $50. And I like it. I love the colors. I mean, you can tell it. Knowing what you know, it's like, yeah, of course, it's just a bunch of assets photoshopped together. But the cover, the cover says I'm a sci-fi book, which is what I wanted.
Yeah, I think people are too harsh on covers sometimes. They're like, oh, it's too on the nose. Yeah, I hope it is. How else am I going to pick it up?
Right, covers sell books.
Yeah.
People pick up a cover and they go, "Oh yeah, this is a romance," or "Oh yeah, this is a sci-fi book." It's that's part of the reason that a lot of covers you'll see don't have anything to do with the book. Or there's a person on it, but that I don't sure which character that is in that book. It's not. It's nobody. It's just
it's about vibes.
Right. The color is the cover is there for vibes. Exactly. And that was it. It was I can buy all the copies I want at cost, which is the printing cost. And then any copy that's sold, I get a cut. Right now, I'm running a sale where the book is only 99 cents because I'm about to have an ad run on BookBub. And BookBub prefers you run a sale when they run the ad because that will drive people to buy it.
Uh-huh.
And so during the time when it's only 99 cents, I think I make like a penny a book. But it doesn't matter. I just, I'm not in it to make money. I just want people to read the book I wrote.
Fair enough. That is a good drive.
Yeah.
And then if people like this one, then, I got 2 more in the wings that I can publish, and I can send out newsletters or send out ads and say like, okay, hey, if you'd like just a little further, try Dreams of Hyacinth. It's got more of the same.
Yeah, and they already liked the first one, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Same is exactly what they want.
Yeah. Well, that did come and bite me a little bit. So Dreams of Hyacinth is not it's more of a cyberpunky noir book.
Ooh.
It actually takes place mostly on a giant space station called Hyacinth. It's have you ever heard of an O'Neill cylinder?
No.
Yes. Yeah, yes, you have, Katra.
I have?
It's the Gundam ones.
Oh, no!
The sides.
I don't know things. I'm just a fan. I live off vibes only.
Right. So Hyacinth is an O'Neill cylinder. It's like one of the sides. It is. I'd have to get my notes out exactly, but I think it's 20 miles by 6 miles. So it's gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
And originally it was spun for gravity, but in the future when they have artificial gravity, it's not spun anymore. But people still live on it. And it's got 3 arms. So one of the arms is a city where everybody lives. One of the arms is industry where manufacturing is, and the other arm is farms. And the main character, Nick, lives on the city one, and the city is it's a cyberpunk city. It's big and it's thickly settled, and it's full of hard times and inequity and things like that. And he's a petty crook, and he gets a hold of something that he's not supposed to, and then he and his 2 girlfriends have to get on the run from people from bad guys.
He has 2 of them?
2 of them, yeah. It's Nick North, and then his girlfriend Eastern Standard, and then his girlfriend. Oh, I gotta look it up. I can't believe I forgot her name. Part of the reason I forgot her name is in the first draft I killed her, and that was part of the thing that got it off the rails. And I was like, I don't like that, and I hadn't liked it from the very beginning when I killed her. And I was like, I'm not gonna. So when I rewrote it for Reddit, I brought her back to life, which meant that I had to basically rewrite the entire book. Because I was like, okay, this character who wasn't there before is there now. But it was worth it. It wound up being a lot better. The character actually that it died, it made it to the very end.
Oh.
Selkirk. That was her name. Selkirk Nimani.
You have a good naming thing going on. Every time I read or hear a name in your story, I'm like, yes, good name. Love it.
Yes, good names.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I work hard on the names, and it's trying to walk the line between making normal-sounding names, but then making future-sounding names.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think you're spot on.
No, thank you. But yeah, Selkirk is a Galaxy, which is my pet alien species. If you want to think of them, they're cat people. That's it. They started off as just a way to make furries into an alien species, but then they grew and evolved and became a little more fleshed out.
You're so valid for that. Any sci-fi should have cat people, actually.
Yeah. If you ever need to visualize what a Galaxy looks like, they look like the furry's drawing of a cat person.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then so that's so Selkirk, she actually leads Nick and Eastern towards Hyacinth. The underneath of it is basically the Galaxy on Hyacinth are second-class citizens because they're not from this system, they're from a different system, and they came as cheap labor. And so the garbage people are Galaxy, the gardeners are Galaxy, and Selkirk is there to point out to Nick and Eastern, it's like, hey, we're here too, we're sapient beings too, and you guys treat us like shit. And for them to go through they're like, oh yeah, I guess we do kind of treat you like shit. But I like it. Like I said, if you guys want to read a beta copy, I'll send you a beta copy for you to read. It's just about ready to publish. I'm just sitting on it because I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to run another editing pass on it, and I don't. I really don't want another editing pass on it. I hate editing so much.
But you gotta edit. Yeah,
it's necessary.
but I understand. It can take forever.
I actually, right before this call, I'm editing the latest one that I did, and it's again, I unkilled a character. I apparently do that. I will in the first draft will kill a character just because like I don't want to deal with this character. Whoop, they died. And then reading it through again, it's like no, I need them for the story. Unkill. So it's like, well, I got to put them back through the whole book now.
Gotta put them back to the ringer. Consider writing zombie fiction. Might be for you.
Well, when I read the Lock Tomb books, the Harrow books, and I was like, oh, that's the way to do it. Just make one of the characters a necromancer, then they can die and come back all you want.
Yeah, but you still got to write them into the rest of the story when you bring them back, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also Lesbians in Space. Of course, you would like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've never finished those books.
And actually, the one I've read the first two. I keep struggling to get through Nona the Ninth, and I don't like it. Everybody else loves it so much, and I'm like, I don't like it.
I've read the first, and it is at this point impossible for me to get it at a decent price where I live. It's really expensive, and it's not in my library system. I don't want to read it online. Like, I don't want to buy the ebook, even though I have a really good e-reader. It's like, Well,
what do you have? I'm in the market for a new e-reader.
I say a really good e-reader because I have what I think at this point is a legally hacked Kindle because it was no longer supported by Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I could only read a file size on it that not even Kindle, Amazon itself supports anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no way of reading new books on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's over 15 years old at this point.
Yeah, I am this close to just getting on eBay and buying an old one because it's like I had a Gen 1 Nook because even back when the e-readers first started, I was like, I don't want an Amazon one. So I was the Iconoclast and I bought the Nook, and I gotta say it was actually pretty good. I was surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah, mine it has the basics. It's pleasant to read, and I can go to the next page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
What more do I need? Well, the physical book.
Yeah.
Because that's what kept happening. I read an ebook, and then I'm like, need that on my shelf.
Yeah, I personally prefer physical books. I don't know what it is, but an e-reader, like, it doesn't have the same draw to me as a physical book. So then I'm just like, okay, it's more convenient just to read this on a tablet.
So I get you, and I love paper books, and that's part of the reason why I actually paid the money to get just a little further as a paper book. But being as that I'm an IT person and I have to travel a little bit for my job, so I ride the train down to New York City. I'd rather just have an ebook, and then I can read it that way. Because like I don't want to read on a screen, but e-paper is fine.
E-paper is very pleasant to read on, actually. And for me, it's also like, when I travel to places, it's so much easier because I read at a pretty fast pace, I think. So I go through my books pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
So I need big books if I have a big travel ahead of me, and that's just easier on.
I mean, to be fair,
e-paper.
The last time I used an e-reader, it was the original Kindle.
Yeah, that thing is painful.
Okay.
Yes.
We're like, old stuff is good, but not the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, you want
Never
the
the
second one
first
of old
one.
stuff. I mean, like when I first got into iPhones, I got the iPhone 3GS. I knew enough not to buy the OG iPhone.
I got the 3GS also as my first smartphone, and when I got done with it, I've been using an Android ever since.
Oh no, I'm that guy. I'm talking to you on my MacBook Pro, wearing my Apple Watch, using my Apple phone, holding it next to my Apple tablet with my with my Apple earbuds in, because it's one of those things. It's like yes, it's a cliche, but also if you buy all the stuff, the Apple stuff really does work well.
It does indeed.
And the biggest thing for me is the earbuds, because I with audio processing stuff going on, I find that I'm wearing earbuds all the time. And to be able to go from my MacBook to my phone to my iPad effectively by looking at it, and then the earbuds know which one I'm using and switch without any input on me is worth it. Let's see. Oh, so I was talking about editing. I actually am knee deep in editing the latest one that I'm doing, and this one is a lot of. The editing is not fun, but the book is fun, and the premise is that a person named Aaliyah was trained to be the head of a colony. So, like, she was put through the process of, like, here's how you run a colony, here's how you pilot a colony ship, here's how you grow food, how you raise farms, how you do all this stuff. And then she was cloned 133 times because they didn't want to train anybody else. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, we got it. You know how to do this. We're just going to copy you.
What could possibly go wrong here?
Yeah.
Every single colony ship that was sent out from Earth was sent out with two things. It was sent out with an Aaliyah, and it was sent out with her AI buddy, Greylock. Greylock ran the ship, Aaliyah ran everything else. And the main character, Aaliyah, was put in hibernation and forgotten about for 3,000 years.
Oof.
I hate when that happens to me.
When she wakes up, she learns that all the other Aaliyahs took over the galaxy. They were basically like, why are we just running these colonies when we can run everything? And so she wakes up to find out that all of her clones rule the galaxy as a group called Eternity, because the clones are eternal. Mm-hmm. And she gets to she just discover, like, oh, I am also an Aaliyah. I am also Eternity. I am also in charge of the galaxy? And everybody's like, yeah, you too. And what she does about that is basically what the book is.
Oh.
Sounds interesting.
That is, once again, a really cool premise. I really want to read that.
Well, it's I just cut out 10 chapters from the beginning.
10 of them.
To get right. So, like, Izzy will know this one, but I mean, I assumed you watched The Simpsons.
Oh no,
I have.
I have seen like 6 episodes of The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
I watched a lot of it as a kid, which is probably not.
Okay, then you'll get this one. So, the episode with Poochie, when Homer voices the voice from Itchy and Scratchy, and they're watching the show, and Milhouse starts crying. He's like, "When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory?" And I realized when I was reading the book after the edit, it's like, oh, I need to get everybody to the fireworks factory soon. So I cut out 10 chapters to get everybody to the fun part. Because I was like, as I was reading, I was like, okay, this is a slog, but when I get to the fun part, it'll be good. When I get to the fun part, it'll be good. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the writer. I'm the author. I just want to go to the fun part. So highlight, copy, delete. Now we're at the fun part.
Honestly, yeah, the beginning of a book can go pretty hard, I think. Because that's what convinces you to keep reading. Mm-hmm. I don't mind a bit of filler, but not at the start.
Yeah, there was all this stuff that took place on the colony ship before they got to the fun part, and there's other this and this and that. And I was like, you know what? No, nobody needs this. This is boring. I'm going to cut it. So now I cut it out. But then I have to put words back now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is sometimes how it works. Because I'm guessing some of that had information that you needed.
You know, not as much as you think.
Huh.
Which is why I was able to cut it.
Oh, yeah. And would you, publish those separately as, short stories to complement?
No, because it's getting retconned. All the stuff that's happening in it doesn't happen. It has not happened now.
It has not happened. We will never speak of it again. That kind of thing.
Yeah, there are 2 characters, Aaliyah.55 and Aaliyah.105, which I might bring back in a different place because I really like the way they were written, but they're not in it right now. So that was the other thing. All the Aaliyahs use their number because they're all Aaliyah. So our Aaliyah is 27, and she is one of the quote unquote originals. And in the future, where everybody is, it's a big deal because he's like, oh, she's an original. All the originals are dead, except for the fact that she was in hibernation all this time.
Oh.
And so that winds up being a point of contention when the other people who are highly placed Aliyahs go, but I'm in charge. And she's able to go, but I'm 27. And by your own rules, that means that what I say goes.
People just keep getting, like, randomly handed power in your book.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they gotta deal with
it.
that.
Yeah. The other thing, too, is all the Aliyahs like to sleep with each other. And 27 thinks it's weird and doesn't do it.
Is it morally
well, that's just it. It's
to
like
have sex with your clone? Yeah.
Exactly. Basically all the clones are like, well, we're in charge of the galaxy. Nobody else can meet with us on a mental level, and we still need, that physical intimacy and that physical touch. So we just do it with ourselves.
My own clone.
And 27 goes, yeah. And 27 goes, yeah, I didn't know about that. So there's always a point where one of the running joke in the book is that when our Aliyah 27 meets another clone, they proposition her and she goes, no thanks. And they're like, really? Oh, are you sure?
Damn, not even good enough for herself.
Yeah. And near the end, it's a big turning point where she finally relents and does sleep with her clones. And it's a sign of like, oh, she's either getting on board with how everything is run, or she's just like so alone in this universe where she feels like that everybody else is running things crazy and she's not, and it's like, all right, fine, whatever.
I love when sci-fi makes you think about questions that are about ethics and morality that could never happen in real life, but you do want to question it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the fun ones. We haven't really gone into it, but I do want to say, even though we know this because my favorite character was one of the AIs, but I did really like how you wrote the AIs with the ships and the build-up to how we learned that they're actually way, way more than anyone in the book actually knows, which is very fun when you work with POVs, and it's like, oh, right. It was an unreliable narrator, and she actually was wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So the sentient ships, it's been done a lot, but I really liked how it was done in this one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like writing the AIs. The AIs are fun because they look at the world in a different way than the human people do. And they have different mores and different ways of life and different even like social rules than the people do. And it's fun to like as you're reading it, the writer's like, oh, it's just a person, but they're a computer person. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, no, they do this different thing. Like the naming. I put a lot of thought into how they name each other, how they name themselves, and what names they use. So, like, their ship name is not their body name, and it's a big faux pas to call a body AI by their ship name. It's like, like if you knew, like for example, like Far Reach. If you knew Far Reach when they had a body, and you called them by their body name, that's a monocle popping, gasping, everyone being silent moment.
It's like dead naming them.
Yeah, exactly. And how they react to that usually comes down to like what they feel about you or how much they feel like you were doing it on purpose. Or the whole they calling biological people BIs and the biological people calling them AIs, and there's always the moment of like the human going, is that an insult? And the AI going, is AI an insult?
That's actually a pretty good one.
Speaking of the ships, I know of your adventures with the exowatt lasers.
Yes. So in the latest one that I posted on Reddit, which is called Concurrency Point, and it's a first contact story, and it's also the first one the one I did after the very first one I did with multiple POVs, where each chapter is from one of the 3 POVs. I had a point of that the humans in this use exowatt class lasers. That is the next one higher logarithmically than terawatt. And I picked it mostly because I needed big laser. The idea being that they have to be able to shoot across stellar distances and still cause damage. Because, lasers, they attenuate as you go further out, and you get to the point where it's like you shine a laser pointer at the moon and they can't even see it. You shine a giant laser at the moon and it would just be like a laser pointer. So I was like, well, okay, I need to make the lasers big. I need to make them big, big, big.
Mm-hmm.
And I made them too big.
Oh, hubris.
Yeah, it was really funny seeing the physics breakdown of that.
Yeah, basically, I made lasers that, when they fire, if they fire continuously, will thrust the spaceship in the opposite direction between 1 and 2G. I made lasers so big that when they fire, if you were to fire it from Earth at, say, a moon of Jupiter like Ganymede, it would carve a channel the size of the Grand Canyon in Ganymede from the distance of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That seems good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love that you just kept them, though.
Yes. Yes, I kept the gigantic lasers and made it a point that whenever the aliens heard, it's like, oh, the humans are readying their exawatts. And there was always a moment of like, exawatts? They're not. They don't actually have exawatts, do they? And there was one scene in the book where there's only one scene where the humans fire the lasers in anger. And the Galaxy aliens, because this is one of the first contact with the Galaxy, they show up with one of their new fancy, this is our new dreadnought, we just made it, we only have 2 of these. And it fires at the human ship, and the human ship just sits there, and it goes pew, 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 and then the human just sits there, and it fires one shot at the Galaxy with the exawatt laser, and the ship disappears. And all the other aliens go, they weren't lying about the lasers. It's just a big point where the ship is like, oh, it's a fancy new, brand new ship, and the humans missed it. Oh, dear.
How dare they? It is a very human thing, I think, to make lasers that are, like, too big.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I keep imagining, like, gags in cartoons where people would wear clothes that are definitely too big. Just get bigger.
Yes.
Every scene, every time you look, the lasers just look bigger, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I find after the fact, I came up with an in-universe reason for it. I decided that since the humans, so in my shared universe, the humans use wormholes to travel faster than light. They cut a hole open in space, and what they call is a link, and they link between the 2 locations. And all the other aliens don't do that. They use the gate system, which is a bunch of warp gates that were made around the systems, and actually leads back to the nanites. So the nanites are the ones that help build the gates. But they don't know that at the time. And the humans never had a gate in their system, paren, or did they?
Mm-hmm.
Paren. And they developed instead the wormhole generator. And in order to generate a wormhole, it takes a tremendous amount of power. And so compared to the other aliens, the human spaceships use way more power. And so that was my in-universe reason for the exawatt lasers. The humans had the power to spare because they were able to develop the reactors that generate way more power than the other aliens do because they needed to use their wormhole system.
Honestly valid.
True.
It's just, I would just buy, if it was a big giant laser, I would be like, yeah, some scientist made that, and everyone said no, and he said yes.
Mm-hmm. A very human thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of shorts in this universe that I posted either on Tumblr or Reddit or both. And one of them is about the time they first used the wormhole generator. And that's exactly what did. It's the scientist that developed it, put it on a teeny tiny ship. And it's like, well, whatever, I'm going to try it out. And he went faster than light. He linked to one of the colonies, the Parvati. And when he got there, he signaled to the air traffic controllers like, hey, how you doing? I'm from Earth. And they're like, no, you're not. Bullshitter. What are you doing? And he's like, no, really, I am. I'm from Earth. I tried out this new faster than light thing. That's not a thing. Stop lying to us. And part of the story is him trying to convince them that he actually did come from Earth and he tried out a new technology. Mm-hmm. But that's the other fun thing about my faster than light. The wormhole generator causes 1 in 100 people to die.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. It sure was.
That's not a good statistic.
It's not permanent though. You're only dead for the amount of time that you traverse the wormhole, and then you're back. And so that allows me to have plot-relevant visits to the afterlife.
I would hate that. I would never use it.
Well, you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
You got to find out if you're one of the 1 in 100.
Nah, I don't need potential afterlife visions. I'll see it when I get there.
Yeah. But it's also good because the humans have had it for, at this point in one of my stories, I think around 1,500 to 2,000 years. So they're used to it. They know what it happens. But there's always a scene when they do a traversal with aliens who've never been there, and then they hear the screaming, and one of them's like, "Oh, we forgot to tell them about the death thing."
Yeah.
And then there's the reaction of, "You mean that 1% of you die every time, and you're okay with it?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not permanent.
Yeah, you get better.
You're only mostly dead.
Yeah. Look, you got to hang out with Grandma. I'm sure some people... Well, actually, I do know some people consider it a positive.
I was just about to say, not everyone wants that.
That is a plot point in Concurrency Point when one of the characters goes through the link death and they meet their grandparent and they didn't know their grandparent was dead.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Grandma, you here.
Oh, you're here.
And you also traversing the wormhole right now. Wink. Oh, that would also be a cool thing. If you meet someone else who's one of the deaths of the wormhole and you're like, well, this other person's dead. And then you see him and you go, what the fuck? Oh. There's some potential here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there was actually in Between Black and Gray, the main character's wife was killed early on, but because they both suffered link death, whenever the main character traversed, she met her. And so she was able to use her, for one, to help ground her, because she's like, well, you're my wife and I love you, but you're dead. And he's like, yeah, but you can see me every time you wormhole link. And for another is they could use that time to plot against the bad guy. So it's like, well, here, help me out with, you're better at these than I am. Help me get rid of these bad guys. It's like, okay, here's what you do.
You can't figure out why they keep getting their information. They're dying, you say? Interesting. I did like that bit. That was pretty cute in a very morbid way. You know what, that commenter that said it would be a horror from any other point of view, that is for multiple characters, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, if you guys have anything else, I mean, I'm happy to talk more about questions, but, you can visit my website. I just made it. It's www.pitha.club. And I have a newsletter where I post shorts on, and you can sign up for that. I promise not to spam you. You get info about my books from there. You can find me on Amazon. It's just Joseph W. Pitha is how I post, Pitha. And I'm on Tumblr and Reddit with Pitha, Jpitha. I'm on Blue Sky with the same name. I'm not on Tumblr. I'm not on Twitter. I hate that place.
You followed me. I was like, I haven't.
Of course.
How did that happen?
I was like, oh, you have a Tumblr too. Whoop.
Some of us are still on Tumblr, yeah.
Yes. Well, I love Tumblr is where I got my start. Tumblr is where some of my most rabid fans still live, so.
Yeah, they would.
I have not forgotten. Tumblr is where I got my very first fan art.
Ooh.
So I have not forgotten my Tumblr origins.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a pretty neat tie-in for your plugs, actually.
Yep. You are very good at this.
We are not.
Just look in the show notes. That's the Discord. I don't do social media. This is Izzy. Over to you.
Right, I do social media. Haha, do. My Tumblr is matchumcouten.tumblr.com because I cannot let go of that name for some reason. And then I tried to make all my other social media the same URL of @ which is @quatrefeuilles with an underscore, and then I failed because I didn't want to give up @oikawa.be for Blue Sky. So good luck finding me on social media. I'm on a bunch of them. I don't check all of them. I keep changing my username. The link is probably in the show notes, but it's leading nowhere.
I've had the same username since the 90s. So basically, if you see a Pitha on any social media, it's me, whether or not I'm still active or not, but that is me. And I get them whenever a new one comes out just to lock it in place. Like, I have a TikTok. I have never used TikTok. I do not like TikTok, but I did grab the name just in case.
Deleting my TikTok was the best thing I ever did.
I know, but there's so many people that are like, telling me I should sell books on TikTok. And I'm like,
I get it.
I don't think I want to sell books on TikTok.
It's horrifying if you have a brain like me.
Mm-hmm.
I would wake up and just scroll TikTok for an hour. And then when I go to sleep, I would scroll TikTok for 2 hours. And I was like, this is no longer healthy.
Yeah.
So I just deleted the whole thing.
That's
also had a different username there. Changed it like 3 times. I have identity. I don't have an identity crisis. I just don't know what I want to be called. The show has social media, which is also going to be in the show notes.
Yeah.
But it's not super active. Just find us on Discord. That's where we hang.
Mm-hmm. And we're part of the Noisepace.xyz podcast network.
We sure are. Thank you, Matt GameCube.
Mm-hmm. I just want to point out that the coffee bit from the beginning was because of Melody.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah, true. Melody loves coffee.
She sure does.
Oh, yeah.
Very relatable. I, too, would be this obsessed with coffee.
She also has ADHD, and in case you couldn't tell, apparently everybody can tell.
You don't say.
Yeah. That must be why she was so relatable.
My sign-off then is gonna be, I would have a cup of coffee right now, except it is nearly 11 p.m., and I do need my sleep.
Go sleep.
And I think I will go have a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah. Have an extra one for me.
I will. I'll try.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.